Balloon decorators, oh my gosh. I had a horrible experience at an event that I did a couple days ago. I'm able to smile now, but 2 days ago I was heartbroken, flustered, sad. But wait until I tell you guys this story. So story time. So a couple of days ago, I had an event at a hotel. I arrived to the job at 2 o'clock, right? And the point of contact for the hotel, I called him on his, I'm doing my best not to say any names. I called him on his desk phone to let him know, hey, I'm here, I've arrived, all that good jazz. Can you help me work with security so I can get to the space? And he didn't pick up, but somebody on his team picked up his phone. So she was like, hey, so-and-so stepped away from his desk really quick, but you're welcome to come up. Perfect. He was expecting me at 2 o'clock. So when I got there, they sent me upstairs and I went to the space where the setup was gonna be. And there are 1, 2, 3 rooms. So originally the client had told me a specific room. So in my mind, I already knew where it was gonna be set up because I had been in that space before. So I went to the space and then the representative for the hotel wasn't there in the room. So there was like a catering team there setting up tables and chairs and all that good jazz. So I asked the person, let's say his name is, let's give people names. So let's say my point of contact at the hotel, his name is John. But I asked John's teammate that was in the space once I got up there after security let me in. I was like, hey, I want to get in touch with John. I tried to call him on his desk phone, but he has stepped away. Is he anywhere around? No, I don't see him. But if you like, I can call him on his cell phone. So I was like, yes, please, please do. So he called him on his cell phone. No answer, it went to voicemail. I saw him about 5-10 minutes later, the same teammate, and I was like, hey, any response back from John? No, no response back. Hey, can you please call him again? Called him again, no answer. So I'm like, okay, let me pull up the diagram that the client had sent me. And the client had marked on the diagram, balloons here or here. So it's 2 locations on the floor plan that she had said would be okay to have the balloon decorations. So I was like, okay, I'm going to choose this one specific area because it looks like a good area. I haven't been able to get in touch with John, and it's as though the client is letting me know it's up to my professional expertise as to balloons here or there. So what I did was I set up the balloon decorations. So mind you, I got there at 2:10 to be exact. And then John comes in at 4 o'clock and the event starts at 6 p.m. So I'm about 95% done and it's a big balloon wall. So the decoration that I did was a big balloon wall, 12 feet wide, 10 feet tall. I'll show you guys a picture or a video here shortly, but it was a big decoration. And it wasn't built on a structure, it was attached to their wall. And what I did is I used 160 Qs to attach the balloon decorations to the handles of these doors that were behind it, and then also the hinges to the door. The doors just covered up this TV that they weren't using. So I'm like, perfect, I don't have to use removable wall hooks, everything is gonna be super simple, super easy for them to like remove because the plan wasn't to come back for takedown. The client was gonna take down the decorations. Okay, so at 4 o'clock, John comes in. And John, if I had to explain John to you guys, he had like a salesman's personality, very like direct, fast talking, like salesman's personality. So he comes in and the first thing he says is, hey, this isn't where that balloon wall is supposed to go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't move the balloon wall because 1, it's not gonna be able to go through the doors to get it to the space that he wanted it. 2, once I moved it, holes were gonna fill up and I was gonna have to touch it up and the event started at 6 o'clock. So it would have just been way too chaotic. So he was like, well, this is how he starts talking, which what made the experience for me so disheartening. So he says to me, he says, the client is going to be really unhappy. They spent all this money on these balloon decorations and it's not even in the space that they wanted it to go. So I say, oh my gosh, like I honestly, truly want to make the client happy. But I looked at the diagram and the diagram said balloons here or there. And I thought it was up to my discretion. But not only that, I was like, I tried to call you. I called you and your teammate picked up your desk phone. And then he was like, you were supposed to call my cell phone. And I look back in the email and he says, here's my cell phone number if you need me. And I was like, okay, I did. So at 2:10, I called his office phone. And then when I got up to the space where everybody was, the space where I was supposed to do the install, I had his teammate call him on his cell phone 2 times. And he never picked up. His teammates are calling him. His teammates are aware that I'm trying to get in touch with him and he doesn't show up. So he was like, yeah, we had decided that it was going to be in this space. And I was like, I didn't get that follow-up email and I did try to get in touch with you once I arrived multiple times. So he was like, the client is going to be unhappy, and was just like, really? Like trying to play the blame game with me. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I literally, in my mind, I did the best that I could do. I didn't even know that it was going to be up to his discretion as to where the balloon decorations were going to go. The client never informed me of that. The client just mentioned this one specific room at this hotel. I had been in that room, so I knew that specific room that she mentioned. When I looked on the diagram, I saw that she had put that room or another room. In my mind, I had already talked to the client about that specific room, and that was one of the options, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna put it here. So he was like, no, the client wanted me to make the decision. And I was like, I literally had no clue that the discretion as to the specific placement was going to be up to you. It wasn't communicated. So he was very negative, very much like, I'm gonna tell the client, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's as though sometimes people don't realize like how much effort it is to have your own business and how much passion we put into doing decorations and how much being a customer service oriented business is hard. It's not easy. And then when I was explaining like how I tried to get in touch with him, he was very nonchalant, just playing the blame game. And it was so disappointing because I'm like, okay, I felt like he should have taken accountability, right? Okay, cool. I emailed the client, I let her know. She ends up arriving at like maybe 4:45, 5 o'clock. And she comes in and she says, I had emailed the client letting her know what was going on between John and I. I didn't want like stress her out, but at the same time, I wanted to let her know what happened. So because customer service is so important to me, guys. Client comes in and she sees the balloon wall and she's like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And she has a couple of other ladies with her, and I think one might be her boss. So I'm like, yeah, thank you so much. I'm so happy you like it. John came and John said that it's in the wrong area, but we were 95% done with it when he arrived. So her like mood drastically changed. So she was like, well, John is busy. Like she was just understanding, oh, it's okay because John is just, he's super busy. So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking everything's cool. She's happy. So then she comes back with maybe her boss, and she's like, Brittany, I love the balloon decorations, but to be honest, I'm really disappointed that it wasn't placed in the area that we wanted it in. And again, my heart broke because the miscommunication, I felt like, and I'm the type of person where if I mess up, I'm going to apologize and I'm going to take accountability for it. But she also was shifting the blame on me as well. And I don't know if it's because she's an employee and her boss was there. Maybe the lady was her boss. And she had messed up, not communicating things to me, or John had messed up, but they wanted me to move the balloon wall at 5 something, I still couldn't move it and have everything done. And then also the placement where they wanted it, it had wallpaper. So I didn't feel comfortable attaching removable wall hooks to the wallpaper in the hotel. So yeah, she told me, yeah, that she was disappointed. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I really wish that we're on the same page because I honestly do want to make you happy. So I showed her the email that I was telling you guys about. I again explained to her how I was trying to get in touch with John. And yeah, that's how they left it. So she wasn't understanding, again, disappointed. I had that experience with John and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to share this with everybody because we're all going through the same things. Or if you're in the beginning of having a balloon business, you will go through the same thing as well. My business is like my baby. I don't like try to provide people like bad quality products, balloons, or bad customer service just because I want to take their money. Like, I'm appreciative all the business that anybody ever gives me, even you guys that are purchasing my digital products, my balloon business booster kit. Like, I am grateful. My customers that hire me and hire us to do balloon decorations, I am so thankful to be a girl who has always wanted to be an entrepreneur and have a successful business, and to be able to have this balloon business that generates 6 figures. Like, I am blown away. I am thankful. I am grateful. I am so grateful to be able to have this experience. So when I experience those situations, which thankfully is not maybe like one-off, maybe like once every 2 years, like these situations like this, it breaks my heart. Like, I do take it personally. So for somebody who's coaching other people on the balloon business, I want to encourage you guys to be encouraged. We are all gonna go through these experiences in which clients tell us that they're disappointed, or we have to deal with people at hotels or other vendors that give us experiences that aren't encouraging, that aren't supportive. Be encouraged. I share this experience to let you guys know it's a part of the process. It's a part of having a customer service oriented business. I know when we experience this, we're like, I'm about to just throw this whole business away. Like, I'm stressed. This is too much. I can't believe they're attacking me like this. But you got to push through. Like, the enemy is going to try to throw you curveballs, but you will be victorious if you just keep pushing on, encourage yourself. You'll be able to have that successful business that you desire. I have more stories for you guys. I had another experience the following day, and it wasn't a negative experience, but it was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So stay tuned for story time. I am about to blow up balloons for this event that I have tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. And thank you guys so much. Until next time, good people.